I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are, but I'm trying to...
This is why I can't stop covering him, man. He's so stupid! Let's get the obligatory Elon Musk bit out of the way, like, immediately, because I'm so tired of talking about him, but he keeps getting worse so much faster. Like, so rapidly, you know? I just don't care about Elon. It is noteworthy that obscenely wealthy, ultra-powerful business magnate slash, like, far-right conspiracy theorist slash Twitter owner, you know? Like, he just keeps making himself relevant in this respect, which you'd think that a person of his wealth and stature could do other things to make himself relevant, but, you know, I guess not. I guess he's out of ideas. Here, here. Television interview, okay? Look at this. Look at this. You know the Texas shooter from just, a week, maybe a week and a half ago? I forget exactly. So, the Texas shooter, the guy with the swastika that was tattooed on his chest, Elon has opinions on this guy. You know, for context, everyone's seen this happen. Elon Musk will, like, no matter how insane the far-right shit you post online on Twitter is, Elon will reply to it saying, like, concerning or, true. It really doesn't matter. He said this about, crime rates for black people. He has said this about, COVID vaccines, even though in the past he's been pretty explicit about being pro-vaccine because he wasn't grifting to a far-right audience then. You know, I was always of the opinion that this was like a cynical effort to appeal to the people who had given the most attention. But the more time passes, the more I start to think he might actually genuinely be that stupid. Like, he might be getting radicalized. Like he's like a Facebook boomer or like a 14-year-old white boy who went on 4chan one time. I think he might actually be that susceptible. You understand what I'm saying? So Elon Musk has taken to, like, the same kind of anti-Soros JQ posting that you would otherwise see from, like, a Roman statue avatar Twitter. Soros hates humanity. Like, I don't know. It's not surprising to me that somebody who was born in apartheid South Africa would be, like, ultra far right, but I think he's undergoing this, like, additional layer of radicalization. I mean, you can see from the interview here. Hold on. Relevant segments.
But, I mean, when you link to somebody who's talking about the guy who killed children in a mall in Allen, Texas, and you say something like it might be a bad psyop. I'm not quite sure what you meant, but...
Oh, in that particular case, there was...
Is he smiling? I do also think he has autism. Like, jokes aside, it's one of the reasons he comes off so awkward. I do think he has autism.
There was somehow that's not that obviously people were killed, but it was
shouldn't have given him that knife.
Described to be a white supremacist action, and the evidence for that was some obscure Russian website that no one's ever heard of that had no followers, and the company that found this.
He had a swastika tattoo. He had a swastika tattoo.
Is Bellingcat.
Right.
And do you know what Bellingcat does? PsyOps.
Right. I couldn't really even follow exactly what it was you were trying.
Nice, phenomenal journalistic work being done here. So, Bellingcat is a website that gets flack from a lot of different directions, okay? The reason for this is because Bellingcat is a investigative slash journalistic slash NatSec oriented blog, basically, that has members who used to work for the U.S. State Department. Yeah, they operate as a think tank as well. Now, the Bellingcat slant is definitely one that trends towards establishment neoliberalism. However, I've noticed that a lot of people who hate Bellingcat hate it either because, A, it debunks Russian lies, which it does a lot of, so it's hated by a lot of the left, or B, it says things that are occasionally true, which the right hates. The far right, like the really far right, who likes Russia because they think Russia is like the West's last stand against Judeo-Bolshevism, dislike Bellingcat because they see it as an extension of like American satanic Jewish control over the world. I think that's the angle that Elon is coming from here, because otherwise I can't imagine he would know what Bellingcat is. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Bellingcat is not like, we're not talking CNN here, okay? You generally have to be like, I think fairly politically knowledgeable to know what Bellingcat is. Like, if you talk to a random person on the street, they're not going, oh yeah, Bellingcat. It's not like CNN or Fox or whatever. It's pretty niche. Now, Elon, as we know, not the brightest of guys in the best of days. Why would he know about Bellingcat? Well, I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why. I know this for a fact. God himself could come down from the high heavens and tell me I'm wrong. I'd tell him he's wrong. The reason he knows about this is because he's been spending time hanging out with pro-Russian Nazis. Guarantee it. Remember back when he was litigating on the Russia-Ukraine debacle, and he called Ukraine, like, it was like Lenin's greatest blunder? Or, no, it was Khrushchev's greatest mistake or some shit when it came to, like, the legal political history of Ukraine. Language that only Russians would use. There's no reason for an American or a South African to say that. He's just repeating stuff he's heard. I think he's been hanging out with the kinds of people who think that Bellingcat is, like, American, Jewish, like, globo-homo hegemonic control. Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Trying to express there, so that's in part why I was curious.
I'm saying that I thought the ascribing it to white supremacy was bullshit.
Okay.
And that the information for that came from an obscure Russian website and was somehow magically found by Bellingcat.
He had a swastika tattoo. Also, it's just called basic journalistic work. Bellingcat's actually really good at it. He's so uncharismatic, I don't know how people like him. I'd be willing to bet about 90% of people who like him haven't actually seen him talk that much. They just see, like, that one picture of him on Joe Rogan where he's grimacing while smoking a joint.
Which is a company that does psyops.
They don't do psyops. I don't know what he thinks he means by that. I wish the journalist would ask him, but that's not the kind of interview we're looking at here.
And there's no proof, by the way, that he was not.
Not a psyop? Or not a white supremacist? Both are stupid. Elon responding to Aaron Mate. Oh, shit. I was right. It's the pro-Russian Nazis. Man, getting replied to by Elon Musk is like the death knell, isn't it? NATO state psyop. NATO state psyop. The state of NATO. The state of NATO. Remember what I said, guys? Russian Nazis treat Bellingcat like an extension of far west globo-homo Jewish, blah, 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 blah. By the way, I've accused Aaron Mate of being a Nazi on Twitter before, and his response to say that he's Jewish, and to cry about, like, tattoos. I think I made a joke about a tattoo, and he was like, well, you know who else had tattoos? Holocaust Jewish inmates. Bet you feel pretty stupid now. I don't remember the exact context of the conversation, but yeah. Oh, I made a joke about him f***ing his dad. That was it. I said he f***ed his dad, and then he said something about I don't remember. The Holocaust thing was out of hat, though. That came out of nowhere, man. Oh, it was because his dad died. Did his dad die in the Holocaust? How old is Aaron Mate? Wait. I know this is an old photo, but, like, wait, his dad, it would have had to have been his granddad who died in the Holocaust, right? There's no way he's old enough. His dad survived the Holocaust? Well, that's good. Wait, then why was he mad at me? What, he survived? Oh, that joke about my dad sure reminded me of the time my father escaped and survived. One of the most horrible acts. Okay. What? I don't even know. Holocaust jokes are still not funny? I didn't make one. He brought it up. Why would I bring it up? I just said I f***ed his dad. That's not a Holocaust joke. His dad would have gotten me in the camps with the pink triangle. This is solidarity.
There's no. I would say that there's no proof that he is.
And that's a debate you want to get into on Twitter?
Yes. Because we should not be ascribing things to white supremacy if it's false.
He had a swastika tattoo on his body. Somebody in chat is saying that he was a Mexican supremacist, which wouldn't be surprising to me. White supremacy is alive and well in Mexico because, again, remember, the most powerful, like, you know, class of people in most of Latin America are white people, are descendants of Spanish and Portuguese colonizers from centuries ago, or more recently sometimes. They're the ones who have, like, much like in the United States, they have a disproportionate amount of power and control. Like, think about it. Elon Musk is South African. Hey, South Africa, in Africa. Guys, are there white supremacists in South Africa? Well, since he moved, at least one less. Like, yeah, areas with history of colonialism from white countries, which is, you know, most of the world. If you look up the SPLC page, they explain exactly how they confirmed the dude's profile from OK Roo was him. Yeah, no, like, obviously, there's no point in, like, litigating or, like, discussing the specifics here. They're saying that it's a psyop because it's politically convenient for them to do it. I consider this flagrant Nazi apologia, for which I'm happy to call Elon himself a Nazi. That plus the Soros posting? Like, yeah, I'm fine saying I just don't think he's that smart. I don't think he has a lot of control over what he says or believes. I think that much like Joe Rogan, I think he's kind of like a combo of Donald Trump and Joe Rogan. He has Donald Trump's narcissism and arrogance, but he has Joe Rogan's penchant to absorb everything he's recently heard like a sponge. And the combination of these two factors make him, you know, remarkably stupid. Maybe stupider than Trump. Actually, yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think that Donald Trump would let himself fall down this whirlpool like this easily. I think Donald Trump is purely self-interested, but in that way, he's kind of like a boat. Like, he kind of floats, you know? He's consistent in that respect. He's in it for him. He'll say stuff for the accolades and for the praise, but he himself is fairly consistent, even if the stuff he has to say to get the attention isn't. I don't know. Elon just comes across as very weak to me. You guys understand what I'm talking about, don't you? Oh, boy. We got clips and clips and clips.
You know, or there are advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, you know, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
Oh, here we go. From 2 years ago. Who is Vosh and why do I care what he thinks about Syria? Is he a Middle East expert? This is a fascist, by the way. I hope so, because I just got his name tatted on my back. Everyone's doing it. And then I said, good, it'll match your dad's. As in, your dad's tattoo of my name. Tattoo jokes about a Nazi Holocaust survivor. If you're looking for a way to handle getting owned in a debate that you had to quit, this ain't it. What debate did I quit? What debate did I quit? He means Jackson Hinkle? Didn't that debate go on for like 2.5 hours? I don't think any end to that debate wouldn't have been me quitting. I think we could have gone on for 9 hours. I think I could have been sitting here like with a full bladder, like desperately hungry, sleepy, falling asleep in my chair, and he still would have been there, like looking to leech more clout. I'd still be debating now, yeah. Almost as bad as the Matt Binder and Bad Empanada debate. I'm unaware of any such debate. Also, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. It didn't... I just realized that I've been pausing and unpausing over him in real life pausing. What?
Say, you got to stop, man. Or, you know, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
You know, I'm reminded of there's a scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
Jesus Christ, this is embarrassing. Bro, please get brain medicine or something. Oh, God.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
This is great. This is phenomenal. This is one of the wealthiest people. I bet this is very comforting to his investors and the people who work with him business-wise. He's asked, like, hey, how do you feel about the people saying that all of your businesses are tanking because you're stupid and dumb and poo? And then he stares blankly for 28 seconds before responding with a movie quote from Princess Bride. Yeah, I don't care. The question was about the fear of Tesla investors specifically, yeah? Yeah, man! He's so stupid! Guys, we're literally seeing the business equivalent of fascists' propensity towards self-destruction. It is the prerogative of the fascist to ignore empirical reality. To accept empirical reality is to deny the tenets of fascism. So every time fascism is made manifest anywhere in the world, it has a time bomb strapped to it. There will always be a point of implosion. Obviously, given enough time, any system will collapse, like no matter what. That's just how history works. That's how time works. But fascism really likes to push the clock forward. I mean, look at this. Elon Musk, his entire pool of wealth is built on the overestimation of the evaluation of his businesses. In other words, it's all PR and hype. He is the last person on Earth whose answer to the question, how do you feel about this bad PR caused by your behavior, can be, yeah, I don't care. Incredible. Phenomenal. Not to say he's going to go bankrupt or anything, but like, man, you know, there's a reason the Tesla investors wanted him out. Tesla investors, Elon CEO. They've been trying to push him out for a while, and it's been like a back and forth. Look, this was less than a day ago. Elon Musk tells Tesla shareholders he has no plans to step down as CEO. Tesla investors cheer Elon Musk stepping down as Twitter CEO. Where's the Tesla shareholder group complains Elon Musk is too distracted to run company? The funny thing is like, the thing that ostensibly has been distracting him from doing his job as Tesla's CEO is him being obsessed with Twitter. But rather than get somebody to run Tesla, he got somebody to run Twitter. I didn't even cover this, but Twitter has a new CEO. My guess, that she's going to run the company exactly the same way that it was run before Elon bought it, but also, like, 4 times a day, Elon is going to, like, step in and muss things up, and it's going to be a constant struggle between the two. Because Elon, like, literally just wants to tweet all day. Like, that's the only thing he wants to do. And nothing is going to change that. Like, he's not going to be pulled away from that distraction. Linda Yaccarino? She's just some business lady. That's it. She's just a business person. Yeah, and he still made himself CTO. Yeah, so he's not going to be any less distracted. Maybe he just wants something a little bit more, I don't know, competent, a little bit more, like, business-oriented to manage the day-to-day.
I'll say what I want to say.
Do you think he has sexually harassed her yet?
And if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Oh, hey! Oh, hey! Wow. Legally, executives have a fiscal responsibility to maximize profit for their shareholders. That is the shareholders love that. That's great. Oh, that's great. I love being a Tesla investor looking at this.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Unbelievable. You literally can't say it. I'm pretty sure him saying this would actually be grounds for a civil suit in some cases to oust him. I don't know if they're going to, because that would be incredibly damaging, like, broadly. But yeah, that's like, yeah, I don't, just so you guys understand, if any CEO of any corporation said, I'm going to say what I want to say on Twitter, I don't care if the company loses money, that would be the end of them being CEO. Without a doubt, guaranteed. It's the fact that Elon has so much personal clout is the only reason he's being saved from an immediate forcible ousting. This is a legal thing. This isn't just like business. This isn't just like etiquette. It's legal. You have to do this. You can get in trouble if you don't. Well, that was smart. Anyway,
you know what you wrote. You tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly. But I mean, you know what you wrote. But you basically.
I said it reminds me of Magneto. It's just like, calm down, people. This is not like made up like a federal case.
Oh yeah, he compares George Soros to Magneto, perhaps not understanding that Magneto is a sympathetic character in basically every adaptation of the X-Men. Like, even the like big popular ones, like in the movies, he's always framed as sympathetic. Maybe there's a couple of editions where he's not, or there's some like runs of the comic where he's just a regular villain. Okay, I'm not even a huge X-Men fan, but just so people know why this is such an anti-Semitic comparison, Magneto is Jewish, canonically. He's a Holocaust survivor, canonically. So not only is Elon missing the point by comparing Soros, a person he doesn't like, to a sympathetic character, he's making a derogatory comparison in his mind by comparing Soros, who's Jewish, to a Holocaust survivor. I need you to understand how pointed this is. He's missing the point, but also in his own mind where the comparison works, it is a deeply anti-Semitic thing to say. It's much more anti-Semitic than people normally doing the like JQ posting over Soros, because normally they just do this, oh, he's a globalist, oh, he's a demon, blah, blah. Okay, is that anti-Semitic? It is, yeah, because they are going after him for being Jewish. There are other, like, billionaires they could go after, like, say, for instance, I don't know, the one right here on screen, who does constantly use his money to promote social causes that he cares about, all evil ones. But no, to specifically draw the comparison to Magneto, the thing that's most up is that depending on what, like, because again, it's Western comics, right? So there's a million writers. But depending on how you want to go about it, Magneto is a radical mutant civil rights activist who was meant to be an allegory for Malcolm X when compared to the MLK that is Professor X. I don't know why they gave the X to the person who wasn't Malcolm X. But basically, it's mutant rights activism, and on one hand, you have a university where Professor X tries his best to get everyone to get along and solve crimes and, you know, be cooperative. And on the other hand, you have Magneto, who's a terrorist, but he's a terrorist for mutant rights. And, you know, I think, like, the first X-Men movie opens with an assassination attempt on the president from... the devil guy, for Nightwing. No, that's a Batman guy. X-Men 2 does. It's the second X-Men movie. That's right. The first X-Men movie opens with them killing a right-wing senator. The second one opens with them trying to assassinate the president. That's it. That's it. Deeply political movies, actually. I feel like it'd be worth it for me to go back and watch them sometime. They were certainly aware of the political allegories behind the original X-Men characters. Like, they weren't, there was no myth of apolitical superheroism there, I think. I think there was actually, I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of dragging this on, but I want to tie this together. I think there was recently a run with Magneto, where he was speaking to, like, a gay kid, and he was talking about how, like, the arc of history moves forward or something. I saw it on Twitter. It looked like it was quite nice. Oh yeah, because like it was, you know, again, with the X-Men being created initially as like a civil rights allegory, they tend to pull it back to stuff like that decently often. I'm the gay kid, believe it or not. I believe you. Well, anyway. Damn, I mean, if this is Soros, then Soros was pretty cool. I thought Soros was just another piece of shit billionaire, but you know. The first movie starts with Magneto in Auschwitz. Oh, God, that's true. Yeah. They literally open the movie with that. It's the opening scene from the first movie. They never... Shitty image, but, like, yeah. Okay, this isn't the scene from the... Okay, to be clear, the first movie does not open with a cutout shot of this. This is edited after. It's here. Okay, this looks really dumb. Okay. There. Okay. Yeah. Man, can we just be real for a second? Modern Marvel would not have the balls opening a movie with a Holocaust scene. They barely even mention Nazis in the Captain America movie. Like, what Nazis? Holocaust? What Holocaust? What are you talking about? What? Whoa, no. This is Hydra. This is Hydra. Holocaust. What Holocaust? What are you talking about? They would not have the balls. They would never. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly.
One of the newer X-Men movies had him hunting and killing Nazis in Argentina. That's based. Wait, which one was that? I never saw Logan or Days of Future Past. Was that First Class? I saw First Class. I guess I just didn't remember it. Wait, was First Class the one where they had a black guy enter frame and he was like, my power is that I can't be killed. And then 5 minutes later, he's the first guy to die? That's the one? Okay. I think that's the only thing I remember from that movie. Sorry.
But, I mean, you know what you wrote, but you basically...
It reminds me of Magneto. It's just like, you know, calm down, people. This is not like made a federal case out of it.
You also... you said he wants to...
I don't even know what he said there.
...erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like, when you do something like that, do you
I think that's true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it? Why share it?
This interviewer should be retired. Why are you saying why share it? Why not challenge the premise? The only thing this guy... Okay, guarantee the only reason... Wait, hold on. Actually, wait. Maybe this interviewer is genius, okay? Maybe this guy understands the best way to take down Elon is to indicate to the investors of Tesla that he just does not give a shit about how well the company does. Maybe this is actually some like 12-head shit where we're not even going to talk about the political values. We're just going to talk about your lack of self-control. Maybe.
Especially because, I mean, why share it when people who buy Teslas may not agree with you? Advertising.
Yeah, I think that's actually what he's doing. Maybe. I'm trying to be charitable here.
On Twitter may not agree with you. Why not just say, hey, I think this. You can tell me. We can talk about it over there. You can tell your friends. But why share it widely?
I like how he's asking this, by the way, because for most people who aren't like Twitter, social media addicted Zoomers, the idea of why do you share every thought that passes through your head on social media is like a valid question to ask, you know? Like, okay, I understand you woke up at 7:32 a.m. and thought, man, that bussy do be bussin'. But why did you tweet it? Elon, we've all had thoughts like this. Elon, isn't a pussy just a wet hand? Yeah, we've all thought this. Did you have to tweet it? And Elon pauses for 12 seconds and then gives the Princess Bride quote again.
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are, but I'm trying to...
Oh my god! This is why I can't stop covering him, man. He's so stupid! I genuinely do think he's dumber than Trump. Like, maybe by a significant amount. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand! Holy shit! Oh my god!
Understand why you do, because you have to know it's got a... It puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that?
Somebody in chat said this interviewer is actually a financial reporter, not like a political reporter, and that would make a lot of sense, because this basically is like a parent having a sit down with a child being like, now did you have to, like, you know, do we have a bit of self-control, you know? Yeah, CNBC, I know. I didn't see it for a while, because I tend to look at my OBS monitor for when I'm looking at videos with you guys. Excuse me. Oh my god, I drank so much coffee, and my cam is covering up the CNBC thing.
You know, people today are saying he's an anti-Semite. I don't think you are.
No, I'm definitely. I'm like a pro-Semite. If any.
This is what I say when I receive criticism.
I believe that probably is the case.
Yes.
But why would you even introduce the idea then that would be the case?
I mean, look, we don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to.
Wow, he can't even answer that. He couldn't even say, I don't think that George Soros is representative of all Jewish people. That would have been like the easiest thing in the world to say, and that would have probably ended the conversation right there. Elon was also ADL posting. Oh my god, he's a griper. He's a bro. He's like the modern Henry Ford, as in he's like an ultra wealthy, powerful person. Who just got radicalized into like far-right anti-Semitism because he's politically retarded. I don't actually know how Henry Ford got to be anti-Semitic. I don't know if he was radicalized into it or if he was like raised into it, basically. What does ADL mean? ADL means Anti-Defamation League. It's a political organization that tries to push against discrimination. It's also like It's not good. The ADL isn't good. The ADL, guys, the ADL is the Zionist one, right? Or is that the Southern? No, that's not the Southern Poverty Law Center. It's the ADL, right? Yeah, the ADL is pretty Zionist. It's very pro-Israel because it is a Jewish organization. AIPAC is the Zionist thing. Well, AIPAC is another Zionist thing, I think. Have you seen Shapiro's tweet on Soros? Well, Shapiro will do the same thing. Shapiro's, like, only metric for whether or not somebody is Jewish is, like, how pro-Israel are they and how anti-Palestine are they. So, like, he's going to say the same thing, like, literally every time. Never forget, though, that, like, if anyone could be described as a fake Jew, it would probably be the person who correctly pointed out that Trump's movement was full of neo-Nazis and then shut up about it the nanosecond that it became politically disadvantageous to criticize them for it. That's some pretty bad behavior right there, gotta say.